Hey, it's Terry Levine. Welcome. I am so glad that you're tuning in and joining me for a very special webinar today. And this is going to be very exciting, a webinar you're going to want to stay on till the end. Trust me, don't leave, don't move, and get ready for some wonderful information. Today I have on a woman that I'm proud to call a friend of mine and dear. She's the executive producer of Access to Experts, Meet the Press Live as well, and I've got some news for you that I'm going to share. I'm going to be actually doing my own show with Ann. I'm pretty excited about that. Today, we're here to talk about things that you need to learn for your business so that you can command more attention, get a better audience, and really rock your business. So I'm going to turn the webinar over to Ann. I'll be here with you. Ann, welcome, and thank you so much for doing this special webinar for us.
Well, Terry, I'm honored, and I'm actually thrilled. I'm very excited. You could see by the expression on my face when you said you're going to be doing a show with me together, and some exciting things are happening in the next 6 weeks. So all of you Terry Levine fans, oh my goodness, we're going to be seeing a lot of each other and doing some great things together. So thrilled to be here, honored to be here, and I'm excited to be sharing some really cool stuff with you, and just to start off with, I want you to know, okay, this is going to be a casual tell-all kind of training. I want you to walk away with so much knowledge that you can use immediately, not something you're going to need down the road. So everything that I share with you, just take down lots of notes and think of ways you're going to be using it. I'm going to give you ideas on how you can use a lot of this content, but just like think of, be creative. Let yourself be creative because, you're in show business, okay? Show business is all about having fun and being creative and making an impact at the same time, whether it's on our own business or the people we touch. We have the most amazing platform. We're totally global right now. So just take that in, go with that. And so I want to start off by giving you a little bit of wow right now, okay? I am sitting in my little old 6x6 space. You heard that, 6x6 space. In front of my green screen, I'm literally using about $300 worth of equipment, okay? And I'm going to share with you exactly what I'm doing, how I'm doing. Everything I do right now, I'm going to show you what happens in just a little bit. So now, since we're going to be doing an interview, doing a training, well, let's go into the studio. Okay. Here we
Yay.
Yeah, here we go. I have to tell you, the image I'm using, it's actually a photo of Channel 6 in San Diego, where we've conducted a lot of our interviews. Right there on the news desk, would go take over the on a weekend. But so that's why you're seeing the Access to Experts logo behind me. Okay, so there we are. We're in the studio. So welcome everybody to the Access to Experts show. No, it's not. It's Tony Show and Cash Show. We're going to be talking about 5 ways to make the camera love you. So to do that, I'm just going to go over my shoulder here. And see, one of the cool things I can do is I can actually play videos, but what I'm going to do right now is go to my PowerPoint over my shoulder. So starting off with, you don't have to be a star to star in your own TV show. So you get to say if you're the star. You get to choose and you get to be one. If you say so, then you are, right? So that's what we're going to be starting with. And so a lot of the training today is going to be sharing the screen with the PowerPoint. And when I need to go for a close-up, we'll do that too. So here we go. Now we need a close-up right then and there. Okay. So today what I'm going to be sharing with you, again, the 5 ways to make the camera love you. And we've actually started the whole global, visibility initiative. This is about every show, every expert having their own TV show, whether appearing on one or starting their own, whatever it takes. And that's what I'm going to share with you, how to get started with that. So the 5 ways to make the camera love you is the blueprint for that. Okay? The first thing I'm going to cover with you is love your camera, love your audience. So the big question here is, when you're on camera, are you engaging or repelling your viewers? A huge question, okay? So you can be magnetic or you can be repelling. I'm going to tell you what to do, how to be an amazing magnet, okay? So how you feel about your camera is also the way your audience feels about you. So we're going to get you to love the camera. Okay, so the second thing is what to say in the first 3 seconds to grab people's attention and have them wanting more. So have you been confused about all this going on, all this web TV content that's all over the place, the apps and all the stuff that's going on there, all the different programs in front of you? Well, that's a great way to grab your attention, right? Because I'm guessing a lot of you are confused. So that's a little bit of an example, and I'm going to give you some quick and easy ways to actually grab people's attention when you open up. So number 3, we're going to cover knowing your authentic style. I'm talking about your own camera style, which happens to be also your natural style. And it's very important because you want to stay authentic to who you are. This way you attract the right people that you're supposed to attract, the ones who are going to love you and want to be supported by you, want to learn from you. After all, we're doing this to grow our business, so we want the people who we are supposed to be supporting coming our way, right? I always love to work with the people who like to work with me. A lot more fun. So number 4 is positioning yourself as a go-to expert in your niche in 30 days or less. Yeah, that's a big promise. But you know what? Once I show you how it's done, you're going to say, oh my God, it's going to be like one of those V8 moments. Okay. And number 5, your portable studio. And that's what I showed you. This is what I'm using right now. And literally $300 or less will have you doing all the things that I'm doing. It includes lights, camera, backdrop, software. Okay, I hope you guys are excited because this is really exciting stuff. But I do have a bonus for you. That one is on how to turn your show into cash. Well, after all, that's why we're doing all this, isn't it?
Exactly.
You know, I mean, I don't know about you. I love being on camera. I love making a difference, but it's about growing our business so we can have a bigger impact, you know. So, okay, so I hope you guys are ready, and please go post your comments, post your questions. When I ask a question, post. Lynn Hawkins is going to be monitoring, and she's going to be looking at the questions, and Terry is with us, so this is going to be a fun and exciting way to do this. And all right, let's get started. All right, so I want to start with you opening your mind all the way as to what's available to you. First, there are thousands of TV channels, thousands and thousands of TV channels, if not millions of TV channels out there who are looking for content. Think about how easy it is to actually have your own TV channel on just YouTube alone, right? So everybody has a channel, but who's going to go watch a channel if there's no good content? So that means what you have, who you are, your expertise is so in demand right now. All you have to do is know how to deliver it in a way that has an impact on people. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, now what are we looking for? There's a huge shortage of content. I said, well, what kind of content? Well, I know I am looking myself and all the other TV networks that we're working with. The distribution networks that we're working with, they're looking for expertise, expert information. So we're looking for business growth and marketing, health and wellness, self-growth and empowerment, finance and investments, relationships and communications. If you're in any of these categories, we want you. We're chasing after you. Did you know that? Well, we are. I promise you we are. So let's just see what's in front of you. I mean, it has to make sense for you to understand it. Oh my God, this is really real. There are millions of people looking for me. So you're on Facebook, aren't you? Guess what? Over 100 million hours of video are being watched on Facebook alone. I mean, the number is multiplying by the day, really. And YouTube has over 1 billion users. Yes, over 1 billion users. Now, here's the good part that's going to be exciting for you. Only 9% of business owners are actually using YouTube. To me, it's mind-boggling. This is the best-known TV network. Yes, YouTube is a web TV network, and so is Hulu, and so is Netflix, and so is NBC. Yeah, they're broadcasting network, but they also are on web TV with their own web TV network. Because you hear, I'm telling you, go to NBC or CBS or any of the other ones. Go over there to see, in-depth interviews or look at the bloopers or whatever it is that they're telling you to do. So they're also on web TV. Okay, so but only 9% are actually using YouTube, the best known one. Oh my God, talk about opportunity for us. Yes? So they're looking for great content, and there's a huge opportunity for us. How are we going to do this? Well, let's see what makes a good TV show. What are some of the things you're doing that could actually turn into a TV show? Because you don't have to do really much difference. You just need to know how to repackage what you're already doing. So let's take a look at what it is. All right? One-on-one coaching sessions. Group coaching sessions, training sessions, whether they're in person or online. They make great TV interviews. I'm going to give you an example. Okay, evaluations and recommendations of books, products, programs, events. So if you're posting on Facebook talking about the latest books, the latest products you bought, you like it, you don't, the programs you attended, the events you attended, guess what? You can turn that into your TV show, and I'm going to tell you exactly how it's going to happen in just a few minutes, okay? Are you doing webinars? Are you doing seminars? Do you do any kind of training sessions online? You can turn those into your web TV show, okay? Now, social media posts, blog posts, articles, any of these things. I mean, you guys, I know most of you are doing all of these, aren't you? I mean, seriously, how many of these things are you doing? Post. Put it in the comments area, please, and we're going to be monitoring. We're going to get back to it. So if you're doing these things, if I tell you how to take what you're already doing it and package it as a TV show or as a TV segment, would you do it? I hope so. I hope so, you guys. I hope so. So let me give you an example, okay? If you're a coach, you're going to love this, okay? Coach consultants. Dr. Phil is a perfect example. He was sitting in his office doing what he does right now until Oprah put the camera in front of him. Now he does it in front of millions of people. What he was doing, I mean, what does he do? He has 1, 2, or 3 or 4 people sitting in his office. He's asking questions. He's telling them what to do. Okay, I don't know about you, but to me, that's what a lot of you do already. Okay, so another example, Dr. Oz. What does Dr. Oz do? Okay, he is pitching product all day long. He's demonstrating products, okay, the entire hour. But the way he does it is fun and exciting. We want to watch because he's showing us how to use it. He's giving us information in a way that is helpful to us. Okay, that's the key. How do you demonstrate a product or service so it's fun, entertaining, and exciting to watch, and people don't feel like you're selling? That's what we need to know how to do. So I'm going to share with you a couple of more ways that people can use it. Some of our students have used it to give you more ideas of what's possible for you, and then I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it, okay? So first, Diane Wilkins. She actually took exactly what I'm teaching, and she's actually out of New Zealand, flew to Los Angeles to go through a 2-day intensive. Right afterwards, she flew home, and right away the first month, like the week after, she had a commitment from 10 people for $200 a month, which means she made $2,000 a month already, like the second week for 6-month commitment. I'm going to tell you exactly what she did, and you can do that immediately, okay? Well, actually, the second month, she increased it to $3,500, and now she already has plans for $10,000 plus once she gets her show on our WebTV network. And I'll tell you what she did later. Okay, now another way you can be using it. A lot of you are online sharing information. Well, Midori Verity, she's actually a relationship coach. Some of you may know her. She's out there. She's amazing, and so she actually wanted to learn from me how to interact with the camera in a more powerful way, in a more authentic way. She works with couples who are having challenges. So she wanted to make sure she was actually impacting them in a really powerful way and making them feel comfortable at the same time, so they would feel comfortable communicating with each other, okay? So when I heard what she was doing, I said, oh, Midori, that would make a great show. Here are some things you can do to make it fun and exciting. She said, oh, my, and that's probably too much trouble. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I said, okay, but this is what I suggest. So she leaves. I don't hear from her for like 6-7 months, and she called me a few months ago. She goes, Ann, I need your help. I'm like, okay, how can I help you? She's like, well, I'm in negotiations with Paramount, and I don't know what to do. I was like, what? So let me tell you what happened. She literally got online, and she took some of the suggestions I gave her and came up with some of her own. And her and this other young lady who did something similar, the two of them were just like natural together. So they started a show. They called themselves Moxie Number 5. And so what happened was a VP from Paramount was actually online looking. And she said, oh, I want your show. Well, this happens all the time. How do I know? Because I work with TV producers as part of our team. So right now, TV producers and casting agents and publicists, they're all online looking for people who are already in motion. So rather than spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on a pilot that may or may not, be appealing to an audience, they're looking to see who already is appealing to an audience. And to make it even more, accessible to you, think about it. She was doing this on Blab. Blab is no longer with us. So what does this tell you? Technology is changing every day, but who you are, what you do, that's what's most important. You can use any kind of technology. You can put it anywhere, but who you are, technology can't do anything about. That's what we're focused on. Okay, so it doesn't make a difference what it is. You're going to be great. Now, another way people are using what I'm teaching here, well, Kyriakos, he's a business consultant, and actually he's a very good business consultant. He was an advisor to George W. Bush years ago, but he was not being interviewed on TV, and he wanted to be interviewed on TV because he wanted, really high-end clients. So he came to the training. We showed him how to speak in sound bites. Why is that important? Well, most news shows that we see when something breaks in the news, they have these experts that they have on, right? We watch them all the time. Well, news shows are anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes. And talk shows are 3 to 6 minutes. So you need to learn how to speak in sound bites. So you grab people's attention and deliver a really solid message, solid content, and at the same time, make sure you're getting the results you're looking for. After all, you want to be interviewed on TV. It's because you want to be known, you want to grow your business, whatever your reason is, you want to make sure you're getting the results. It's not just, hey, I'm on TV. Anybody can do that. Okay, so he's all over the place. As you can see, all the different TV shows he's been on. His most important, he's being asked to come back over and over and over again. Okay, and there's a great testimonial from him on our website if you get to it. Another way people are using it is just they're taking what I'm teaching and they're now taking it to other web TV networks like, Voice America TV. They're looking for content, as do a whole bunch of other ones, and we're tapped into those TV networks. So they're coming to me because we've been around for quite some time doing this. And also, basically, the focus of this is you learning how to go from a talking head to a TV show. See, this is the way most people show up. I'm going to go full screen on this. Okay? This is the way most people show up. They just open up their laptop and they're showing up on a computer. This is it. And we call this, terminology, we call it a talking head. Now, if you frame your camera just a little bit differently, and this is a cell phone, it looks like a reporter, right? All he's doing is showing what's behind him as opposed to pointing the camera up his nose. Okay, so, and this right here, I'm actually using, a Logitech webcam, and I'll tell you about it more, and that's a Google Hangout. It looks like a TV show, doesn't it? That's it. And this is, in person. It was at Yannick Silva's event. I just pulled 2 chairs together from the lobby and grabbed my laptop, opened it up, and opened up my logo. And it was a plant sitting in a corner somewhere. And I just grabbed that, put it there. It looks like a talk show set, doesn't it? That's how easy it is. And this is actually one of the trainings that we do. We also teach people how to be interviewed on the red carpet, because guess what? A lot of the events you go to, especially if you're a speaker, you're known, you can actually be interviewed, or you can interview on the red carpet. You can have your own VIP event. So I hope you guys are excited about this. I hope you find something or other different ways that you can use this. You're getting some ideas, because now I'm going to start telling you pretty much how you're going to get there, what you're going to do. Okay, so but for you to believe me further, okay, I want you to know, a lot of you don't know me, okay? So I want you, well, actually, I have a question for you. Yeah, let's get back to you. Forget me for a minute, okay? So what do you want? Okay, you got some ideas from what I shared with you. What is it that you want? Are you looking for bigger clients? Are you looking to speak on bigger stages? Okay, do you have a book, or are you writing a book and you'd like to be a best-selling author? Okay, how about having sold out events? If you're holding your own events, you probably want to sell them out, as we all do, right? And how about some bigger product launches? Okay, do you want to make a bigger impact? So if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe all of these things that you would like to have happen, I promise you, WebTV is what's going to get you there, because it's like adding jet fuel, to your car, okay, or just getting it on a rocket, okay. That's kind of what it is. It's a platform that's going to make you go global. It's going to skyrocket you right to the top of your industry. And again, the 5 ways to make the camera love you, what I'm getting ready to share with you, is going to tell you about how to do some of those, okay. So right now, for you to know what to focus on, I'd like you to answer for yourself, okay. What is keeping you from using video? I said video, because there are many different forms, right? As your #1 marketing tool, what is keeping you from using it? Okay, your marketing training tool, okay? Is it maybe you're not comfortable on camera? You don't know what to say. You don't know what to do. Is it maybe that you don't know how to produce videos? Or maybe you think it costs too much to produce videos? Or maybe, so the production aspect of it is kind of has you stuck. Or maybe you already have videos and you don't know how to monetize them. So what is keeping you to, so keep posting, let us know what it is, because we keep an eye on what's going on there. And I'm going to be actually sharing information based on what you really need, okay? So now, here we go, okay? Are we getting a bunch of people putting in what they're doing, how they, what's happening? I hope you guys are getting excited about this and going to be sharing some of your information, okay? We're checking on you, okay? Okay, so now we're going to good news, bad news. Okay, so Terry, what do you think? Should we share the good news or the bad news first?
Let's do the bad news first, Anne.
The bad.
I'm backwards today.
well, you have. You know what? You stopped me because I was sure you're gonna.
Anne, let's do the good news first.
Thank you. I love to accommodate. Okay. Well, the good news is.
Yay!
Oh, okay. The good news is that if you have your video on YouTube or anywhere else on WebTV, you have global visibility. I mean, think about it. There are 7 billion people on the planet. 3.5 billion are online. So you have global visibility. It's a lot of people. How do you make sure you get in front of the right people? Okay. The bad news is, if you are on YouTube, if you are on WebTV, you have global visibility. So that's the good news and that's the bad news. Why is it bad news? Well, let me put it this way. If you show up on camera, if you're in front of millions of people, the right people, and you're not prepared, you're not looking professional, it's going to damage your credibility. So all that you're working towards, it's going to undermine. Okay, so and it doesn't take much to actually look good. So simple things like make sure that when you're showing up on camera, you're feeling comfortable, something like that. And I can tell you some of the old videos that have been on YouTube for a while, where they're just like sitting in the dark, or they have the bathroom door open behind them, stuff like that doesn't work anymore. Okay, makes you look bad. So check your environment before you get on and start following what we're going to be teaching you here. I know what I'm talking about. I promise you. I've been doing this for over 10 years. My background is business growth and marketing. And about 10 years ago, I noticed I had some clients who had better products and services than some of the better known people out there. And I was like, oh my God. And, we need to do something about this. Well, my husband's in television for, from the directing the 6 o'clock news to working with some of the top infomercial producers in New York. He's an Emmy award-winning video editor. So I was like, let's get together and support my clients. So he was like, okay. So the two of us actually got together, and now we actually have a partner, Morris Soden. She is a producer, casting agent, working actor in Los Angeles for over 30 years. So she's also part of our team. This is why I know all the stuff that's happening on traditional TV and what they're looking for and how to train you towards that. So the information I'm sharing with you, it's not just, hey, let's just turn on the camera. Okay, it's a lot more than a webinar. So let's get to it. Okay, everybody ready? Let's get to it. Point number 1, love your camera, love your audience. What does that mean? Okay, so here's what you got to think about. When you are interacting with somebody in person, if you're talking with them, are you paying attention to what they're saying? Are you paying attention to what they're doing? Or if somebody's talking with you and they're not looking at you, they're looking over your shoulder, they're just like, there's a disconnect, they're in their head somewhere. Don't you feel the difference? Well, the same thing happens on camera, okay? You know what I'm talking about? It's an emotional connection. We always know when somebody's not paying attention, and we always know when somebody's paying attention. Well, the same thing happens with the camera. That's what you've experienced this many times. You're sitting there watching a TV show. Some people look like they're jumping out of the TV and grabbing you, right? And others, they're looking at it, but your eyes aren't even connected. What are they looking at? They're looking in your direction. So how does that happen? Well, I'm going to tell you there's many different things that need to happen, by the way, okay? But I'm going to tell you the quickest way for you to actually connect with your audience. Here's the thing. When you get on camera, forget about the camera. Remember that you are now delivering your expertise. You're making a difference in people's lives. So the camera is not really the camera. The camera is the person whose life you're impacting. It's not about you anymore. You know your stuff. Forget about the camera. You know your stuff. Those of you who are speakers, you know what I'm talking about. When you get on the stage, it's not about you anymore. It's about delivering that content and making a huge impact on the people's lives that are in front of you. You know the feeling. The same thing happens on camera. So make sure you're prepared, get on camera, and get out of your head and get into your heart. Because that heart-to-heart connection, magic happens. Magic happens. Because right now, I'm all about making sure you get this information in a way that you can use it so you can get out there and do what you're supposed to do. You know, what gets me excited is that I'm like, oh my God, if I can get you, just one of you, to go out there and get on the platform and connect with millions of people who you can help. Look at what I'm doing. I'm becoming a part of the what you're doing. I'm helping those millions of people that you're helping. That excites me. So the camera doesn't make a difference anymore. And the other thing is, the more you're on camera, the more comfortable you're going to be. You're going to forget the camera is there. Okay? So that's the first thing. Yes, there are many different ways, media training, there are many different ways, and we do teach them. There are all kinds of things you can do to work with the subconscious and all kinds of stuff like that. But this is like the most powerful thing. Get out of yourself and get into your audience. Get out of your head and get into your heart. Write this down, put it by your computer. Okay, so the second thing I'm going to share with you is what to say in the first 3 seconds to grab people's attention. Okay, so you're going to need a pen and a paper for this. Okay, ready?
Ready.
Yes, you ready? Ready? Okay, so let's go full screen because you're going to be needing this full screen. All right. How do you grab your viewers' attention and have them wanting more? Well, first, let's take a look at the mechanism, okay? It doesn't make a difference whether it's a 3-minute TV interview or 30-minute TV interview, social media ads, quick tips. It doesn't make any difference what the message is. They all have the same 3 points, okay? First, your hook to grab their attention. Second thing is the body, to educate and gain trust. Right now, I'm in a body portion of this training, Okay, I'm delivering content so you get to know me. You're evaluating what I'm saying, what I'm doing. I'm delivering value for you to be able to use. So it's all about earning your trust that I know what I'm talking about. So you have to have some great content in there and a call to action. You need to give a compelling reason to get the results you want. What are the results you want? Depending on what you're doing. Right now, the results I want is for you to be able to have a breakthrough and be able to start using this content. Okay, so what is it that you want people to do? So be clear on that. And because of the time constraints we have, I'm actually going to focus on the hook because that's the most important part. Because if you do not grab their attention, the rest of what you have to say doesn't make any difference because they will never hear it. So how do you put together your hook? All right. Ready? Think of your ideal clients. Who is your ideal client? Who is your most favorite client? Think of them. You must have a visual already, okay? So what is it that they say most often? What do you hear them say most often? Okay? You should have some thoughts coming up, and I'll give you some examples. Somebody who's in health and wellness might hear, I'm in constant pain. Okay, so I'm in constant pain. I'm tired of feeling bad. I'm tired of these headaches. I'm tired of my backaches. These are the things they're probably hearing. So how do you grab their attention? Saying, are you sick and tired of saying I'm in constant pain? Are you sick and tired of being in constant pain? Are you sick and tired of getting those headaches every day? You get the point? Are you sick and tired? Now, somebody who's in, let's say, business growth, marketing, or financial advisor, anything that has to do with money, maybe hearing people say, all I ever do is work and I'm still broke. Okay? So how would they grab their attention? Have you been thinking, all I ever do is work and I'm still broke? What's going on here? How do I get out of this loop that I'm in? All I ever do is work and I'm still broke. What am I missing here? Okay? Now, here's a generic one. I want to change blank, but I don't know how. I want to change the way I look, but I don't know how. I want to change where I live, but I don't know how. I want to change how I think, but I don't know how. I want to change the way I eat, but I don't know how. Fill in the blank, anything that you want. So here's a question. Do you find yourself saying, I want to change the way I look, but I don't know how? I don't know where to start? Okay. Now, the good thing about this is that you can actually take the questions and put them anywhere you want. So let's take, do you find yourself saying, I'm sick and tired of being in constant pain? Okay, have you been thinking, I want to change the way I look, but I don't know how? Are you getting this, you guys? It's not rocket science, okay? This is not neurosurgery. All you have to do is pay attention to people. You know, get out of your head and start listening. People are telling you what to say. People are telling you what to ask. And what happens then, if you are listening to them, if you're really paying attention, you're going to hear the same things over and over again. Guess what? You take those 3 or 4 or 5 questions and you turn those into your hooks. You create your content with those. You open up with those. And by the way, the hook is what we use in scripting in show business, and in traditional copywriting, it's called a headline. Sound familiar? You've been doing this for years, ever since you started your business. Even actually, you've been doing it since you were a child, because even as children, we know how to grab people's attention, okay? So we'll be practicing. Just make a conscious effort to really remember what you're listening to. Okay, so how are we doing there, Terry?
This is awesome. I'm taking a lot of notes. I'm loving this. Thank you. This is awesome.
Wow, if you're taking a lot of notes, oh my goodness, thank you. I'm like, we're on the right track here. Yeah. So just feel free to jump in anytime.
No, thank you. I'll just make a quick comment. Today I stood up in a meeting and I used one of these hooks, and I definitely grabbed the audience's attention. So if you didn't write these down, write this down, because this itself is just worth a lot of money. So thank you, Anne.
You got my curiosity. What was your hook?
My hook was, are you sick and tired of struggling in your business and not making the amount of money that you want? So I started there. And then I also said, have you been thinking, I really need some help, but you didn't know who to turn to? And then I finished.
There you go. See, guys, I'm not making this stuff up. These are the business and marketing principles that actually work. I'm just taking them and applying them to creating your show.
Brilliant.
The show, I mean, the video is just another way to promote what you're doing, to tell people what you're doing. So I hope we're having a mind shift here, because that's my intention. By the time I get done with this presentation, you're going to say, oh my God, I'm already doing that. You know, oh yeah, I can do this. That's my intention here. Okay, so number 3, your authentic on-camera style. Now, this is actually going to give you a lot of freedom too. Okay, so let's see. Your authentic style, you have to think about, you know, who are you? How are you? How do you relate to people? Where do you feel most comfortable? And there is a TV role for you. So there, I've identified like 4 of them, 4 key ones. The first one is a reporter. So if you're an outgoing person, you're curious, you like to ask a lot of questions, you go to a lot of events, maybe you go to trade shows, I don't know if you go to the farmer's market. If you like to go and ask questions, you could be the natural reporter. Okay, so being a reporter, you have to be a good listener, because what happens if you're listening, you'll hear the right question to ask, because people will tell you what to ask. So if you're inquisitive and you just like really pay attention, reporter will be really, really easy. And also it doesn't take a lot of time. You know, you can just go to one event and interview 10 of the speakers at one time, and you have a bunch of segments, and I'll share with you a little bit more about that later. So the journalist is a second kind. So if you're a little bit more introverted, and but you're online, let's say you're sharing your thoughts, you know, you just read a book, you're just like, well, I'll give this 3 thumbs up, you know, or maybe you're just sharing comments about something, you're giving a tip. So you could be either the critic or you could be the commentator. So journalist has 2 different personalities. So how do you know? Well, I just said it. If you get a yay or a nay, then you're a natural critic. We love our critics, movie critics and food critics and electronics critics. I pay a lot of attention to electronics critics, I tell you. So which one are you? Journalist? Reporter? So far, so good. You got to be one of those. Either you're outgoing or you're not, but we're always sharing our content. So the third one is a guest expert. So if you're the one that likes to have people around them and just ask you questions, you like to just share your information, and you just know your stuff, and just like you're there on the spot as soon as somebody asks you a question, you could be the perfect guest expert and just get out there in a big way. And finally, the show host. The show host actually does all of them. The show host needs to know how to ask the right questions, how to pay attention. If you're the show host, you're the expert. People will come to you for advice, so you have to share. What are the books you read, and what are some of the products you recommend, and how do you do what it is that you do? And you need to do that, because if you're just interviewing other people, you're actually showcasing their expertise. So during your show, you need to also showcase your expertise. So now you have the reporter and the journalist working together. Now, the guest expert, well, guess what? Once people see you on your show, once they hear the information you're delivering, you're going to be asked to be on a lot of different shows, like mine, for example, and Terry's upcoming show. So how do you do that? Well, again, you're sharing your information, so be ready for it to answer questions. But the other reason you want to know how a guest expert works is because as a good show host, you need to be guiding your guest experts, because a lot of them are not getting even what I'm teaching you now. Okay, they're not even getting this much training. So if you say, hey, can I interview you? They're going to show up literally with their laptop open. You're looking up at them, and they're not going to pay attention. A lot of people will show up pretty much getting ready to do a 60-minute webinar for a 3-minute interview or a 10-minute interview. You know, that doesn't work. So you need to be able to guide them on how to be a great guest expert, so they deliver the information that you want, and at the same time get the results that they're looking for, which is making them look good, elevating their expert status, going global, and delivering a lot of great content for your viewers. So being a show host, you actually have to be all of them, okay? Now, how do you do this? Well, of course, we do trainings on all of this, but I'm going to tell you where to look and what to do so you can, like, on your own, do this right now. So if the reporter, you need to learn to ask questions like a reporter. Well, guess what? The TV is right there in front of you. Go watch your favorite reporters. You know, whether they're news shows or talk shows or whatever, they all have reporters out there. Watch what they're doing. I'm sure they have a few, you have a few that you like. And here's a hint for you. The ones that you like, it's probably the same style as you have, because we're attracted to like-minded people in our own style. Okay, so pay attention to that and look what they do. And they're always on you know, current trends, current styles of interviewing and asking questions. So that will be really helpful. So you need to voice your opinion like the TV journalist. Well, same thing. Who are the people you're watching? Pay attention to that. And how are they delivering their content? How are they giving their opinion on the books that they read? There is a formula. I'm not going to get into that, but there is a way to do an evaluation. Okay? So finally, share your knowledge like the TV experts. Turn on your TV again, news shows, talk shows, anywhere for 1 to 3 minutes. Watch the ones that are actually delivering content you can take and use it, and the ones who are just opening up questions. They're just saying some things, but it always looks like they never completed a thought. Those are the ones that get, well, thank you so much for joining us. We're out of time. They're like, so you don't have to be that. You know, you need to learn to create your content in sound bites. And here's another tip for you. We speak at about 145 words per minute. So take it from there. Create your tips where you can deliver a tip in 1 minute and about 145 words, 150 words if you talk fast, and 140 if you talk slower. But that's you know, I'm giving you some guidance there. Okay, finally, guest, you know, as a show host. Watch the show host, and everybody loves Oprah. Why is Oprah so good? Because she does all the things I described. She pays attention, and she's authentic. She's okay being who she is. It's not when she's on the show, it's all about interviewing the guest and making them look really good, really paying attention, and at the same time delivering, you know, the message to the audience. Because when you're the show host, you're connecting your guest with your audience. So you have a really important spot. And again, whether you want to be the reporter, the journalist, guest expert, or show host, start. So if you're just starting in this, pick reporter or journalist. Okay, because you get to practice. And if you don't like the way you look, there is a button on your computer. It says delete. It works every time. Never fails. So don't be afraid to make a mistake and test things and be silly and go over it, because we love imperfection. Okay, it makes us feel more connected to the person we're watching. I know I'm not perfect. There's so many mistakes I make left and right. You've seen me make a few of them right there. But you know what? I'm okay with it. If I'm okay with it, I'm not getting nervous. You're going to forget my imperfections. Even if you remember, maybe it will help you. So now the other thing people always ask about is how to dress for the camera. Well, if you called a plumber and this guy showed up here, I'm going to go full screen here. If you called a plumber and this guy showed up dressed like that, what would you think? Great, my plumber's here, let him in the door. Well, if you called a plumber and this guy shows up dressed like this, what would you think?
That's funny.
There is a disconnect, isn't there? I just love the expression on your face, Terry. Well, you know what? There is a reason why when we're watching TV, doctors are wearing their white coats and have a stethoscope around their neck. They are not working with the patient, I promise you. But it's instant recognition. It's instant credibility builder. Okay, so how do you dress? Well, you want to be your authentic self. So if your style is casual, dress business casual. You want to always look your best. Dress the way you would when you're going to meet a best client. Okay, so that's your rule of thumb. And if you usually are in three-piece suits, great. Do your videos in three-piece suits. I usually don't wear big jackets and things like that, you know, unless I'm on stage somewhere, you know. But otherwise, I'm pretty casual. This is where I dress to do my my training videos. Okay, so this is going to help you a lot. Yes, there's a lot more different colors to wear, fabrics to wear, all this other stuff that we do teach. But this is going to give you a lot of great information right there. So let's move on to number 4. Position yourself as the go-to expert in your niche. So this is where I'm going to give you an example that everybody's familiar with. Once you see how this works, you're going to actually say, oh my God, you know, I can't believe it. It's that easy. So let's say a wedding planner starts their business. You know, it's a brand new business, or they're going into a brand new, you know, neighborhood, brand new city, whatever it is. So this wedding planner wants to go right to the top. So let's think. It's a wedding planner. Now, who does that couple who's getting married need to be supported by to have this fabulous wedding, right? So that's what we're thinking about. Well, let's take a look at that. They have the jeweler, right? They have to buy the engagement ring, of course, and there's a bridal shop to buy the dress, and let's say invitation vendor so people know where to go, videographer, photographer to capture the precious moments, and a reception hall, so you got a party afterwards, don't you? The baker, the caterer, and the florist, and limousine services, and of course the travel agency to, you know, with a fabulous honeymoon. So guess what? If the wedding planner goes and takes a look at, let's just take the jewelers alone, okay? So they're probably about 10, 20, or 50 jewelers in, you know, 10-mile radius or where they are. And if they did a little bit of research, they would probably find right away who's the top jeweler. If they went up to the top jeweler and said, hey, I would like to interview you for on my TV show on how to choose the perfect engagement ring. What do you think the jeweler is going to say?
Big yes.
A huge yes, absolutely. So if this wedding planner went to the bridal shop, the invitation vendor, you get the picture, goes to everybody and says, I want to interview you on my show. Guess what? How many interviews can you do in a month? Even if you just do one a day, you have 30 interviews, right? Let's say you do only 5 days, you have 20 interviews. So right away, you're going to jump to the top in 20 different industries, in the wedding industry alone.
Wow.
Do you think you're going to be a recognized expert in that industry? Using this wedding planner is going to have a booming business? Look at it. She's rubbing elbows with the top jeweler, the top travel agency, the top limousine services, and they're all going to be recommending because they're all going to be talking about this TV show that they were just on. Okay? Mm-hmm. So here's what to keep in mind. The go-to expert is the sought-after expert. So be the go-to expert in your industry, in your niche. Just pick a niche. You don't even have to go after the entire industry. And in 30 days or less, you can be the go-to person. Okay? What is this, good stuff or what? I know, Terry, you think light in this one. You do similar.
Yeah, let me just share that. Anne shared this slide with me the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so unbelievable. This is a concept that I teach clients, literally using very similar example. I always use the wedding planner. And it's so amazing to me because I actually teach to get in touch with each of those people. However, I never thought, go interview each of those people. And it's such a great process. As soon as I heard Anne say this and saw this slide, I went, oh my gosh, this resonates so much with what I teach. And it's so entrepreneur-based and turbocharge-based, how to do it in 30 days. It's brilliant. Do what she's teaching here because this is brilliant.
Yeah. And we're actually going to be doing a case study on this. So pay attention. So those of you who decide that you want to actually kind of follow along and start your show, we're going to be doing a case study on how quickly you can become the go-to expert. We're going to have prizes and stuff, okay? So think about this. Can you commit to approaching the top people in your industry? Think about it. Planting seeds here, planting seeds. Okay, so here we go. Now, the number 5 ways to make the camera love you. Okay, your portable studio. All right, this is the one that I promised you I was going to share with you. Okay, I am sitting in front of my $300 studio. You already saw me use some of it. And so the good thing about this is that you can actually use pre-recorded content to create your show. So what I have are a bunch of different interviews that I've done, and I have training videos that I've created. I have a library that I can actually just go in and say, hey, I think I want to play this video, and here's what it looks like, okay? So before we go, let me tell you, well, okay. This is the equipment I'm using or something similar, okay? Now that you see what's there, this is the software I'm using, lights, camera, Logitech webcam, and a green screen, okay? So having said that, that's all I'm using to see what I can do. When I am getting ready to create a video, I literally click on it and start my intro, and I know that you don't hear the video right now because I want to make sure I was able to talk over it instead of waiting for the audio. So I hit the intro and I come in and say, okay, welcome everybody. Today's show is all about how to make the camera love you. There we go. Okay, I have some great stuff for you. And guess what? We're going to be, I'm going to be playing some great videos for you. There are different things. And so I want to show you how to harness the power of video, all that stuff, good stuff. And then here, and I'm going to go ahead and go over my shoulder. I'm going to show you how to set up your home studio so you look fabulous. Well, let's take a closer look at you guys. Saw me do this, right? And then it's like, okay, well, now I'm going to play a video on how to apply your makeup. That's Dale Buck, Hollywood Makeup Buddy, step-by-step instructions on how to apply your makeup. Applying the makeup on Jodina St. John, actually. And then we'll come back and say, hey, guess what? I just did a great interview with Alex Mondosian or Joel Barr or whatever. Let's, I love the way he made a point on how to attract your most profitable customer. So there, and then let's watch that.
Love it.
Okay, and next time Terry Levine will be in that slide as well. Okay. Yeah. So the cool thing about this is that the software I'm using, I can actually tell it to start the video at a particular place, right? So let's say again, going back to I want to do play a tip that Alex Mondosian gave. It happens to be, let's say maybe 3 minutes, 20 seconds. I can actually tell the software, when I click on this, you play Alex Mondosian's video at 3 minutes, 20 seconds. It will do exactly that. So guess what? Before I do any of this, I hit the record button, and at the end of this, I'm producing my own TV show. You want to know how powerful this is? I was invited, as a matter of fact, not once, but twice, 3 days in a row, to present this at a Digital Hollywood conference. This is like major. East Coast, West Coast, New York and LA, twice a year. It's all about TV producers and movie producers, the latest Digital Hollywood conference. The name says it all. So I was presenting, showing them how to use this software. And I had my room overflowing. They were into the hallway. So you guys have a lot of great information at your fingertips, and it's affordable. $300 worth of equipment will get you to do this. Okay, here it is again. I'm going to go full skin. I'm going to tell you what it is. Okay, ready? Take your pencil. The webcam to get is the Logitech webcam. Okay, there are a few different versions of them. They go anywhere from, let's say, $100, about $60, $70 to about $150, and $300 some of them. And there's the lights, they're about $70 to about $150. The backdrop, the green screen, you can get from about $40 to about $120. And there are all these different prices on, but the software XSplit, you can actually get it for free. Okay, and there's a pro version for $59 a year. This is all you need. Go online, look up Logitech software, Logitech webcams, and choose the one that's on sale, or and lights, backdrop, and you are good to go. And Terry, I know that you, because of the way you take care of your amazing clients, that you have one waiting for you right now.
Oh yes, very exciting, very, very exciting.
Yeah, so you do need to go pretty soon. I just want to make sure that I know you told me you had to leave like right there on the dot, right? And yeah, and I do have a little bit more information to deliver. So Lynn and I are going to hang with you guys. Stay with us. We're going to go ahead. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. Just interrupt real quick. I notes and notes and notes. I already downloaded the free software. Couldn't believe it was free. And the first time that Ann and I were actually on a Zoom like this, and I saw the background, thought that's where she was, right? And she showed me the same secret she showed you in the beginning. And I was like, what? So I did download it for free. Man, you are just giving so much value, so many great tips. And I really want everyone that I know to become the expert in their niche. And this is 99% of what I've done in my career is help others to do it. I've never seen an easier path. So I can't say enough. Thank you so much for being here. And folks, stay to the end. I do have a client, so I have to run. stay to the end. I'm going to watch the end of the recording as soon as it's available. And Anne, thank you. I'm so looking forward to being on the journey with you, and glad I'm a part of this and very excited about it.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm thrilled to have you on. So we're doing a reality TV show, 6 weeks production, where you're going to be able to watch Terry in 6 weeks plan, produce, and launch her TV show. I mean, you're going to actually see her doing it. She's going to share with you what she's doing week by week, preparing, and we're going to be doing live interaction where, it's amazing. So I'm going to tell you about it in just a second. We'd love to have you on a journey with us, because can you imagine having Terry's Tribe TV show? Oh my God. That would be awesome. And all of you get to be interviewed on Terry's show and as well as my show. And I bet you Lynn Hawkins would probably have you on her show. I'm speaking for Lynn because she's amazing. If you have a company that does good, definitely wants to get to know you. But bottom line here is that we have a lot of amazing experts, people who've been working with for years, who would love to have you on their show, who would love to have your tips and resources on their show. So stay tuned. And so now we're going to go on with the training, because there's one more thing that I promised you, didn't I? Okay. We'll have the bonus one, how to turn your show into cash. Okay, this is the one I need to share with you. Here's, let's see. Okay. We have, oops. Okay. All right. You know what? I'm getting a disturbance here. Okay. So, okay. So we have, uh-oh. I'm sorry. Hold on a second, everybody. I promise I'm going to tell you. Okay, so let's go. All right, now let's back to attention here. Now, all the stuff that I've shared with you, okay, there are a lot of great tips in there. What I want you to do is like, okay, how am I going to turn this into cash? Well, here's the thing you need to know. Like any business, when you're doing a program, okay, when you have a business that you're opening, you have to prepare, okay? There's never been a show, TV show or movie that they didn't have the entire plan in place. So you need to know how to get ready, what are you going to be needing, what is it going to be, then you actually have to produce the video, then you have to market the video. All of it has to be in it. If anyone is missing, you are not going to get the results that you're looking for. So in my program, I call it the trifactor system. Get ready, get on the set, get paid. So I've shared a lot of the get ready and get on the set with you. Now I'm going to share a tip with you on the get paid. Remember in the beginning, I told you I was going to share with you what Diane Wilkins was doing? Well, she actually, when she went back, she called 10 of her clients, or people that she actually wanted to have as clients. She said, hey, I want to interview you once a month. I want you to share a tip once a month. I want to put it on my show, and I'll give you the tip. You can put it on your website. And they said, absolutely. She said, I want to charge you $200, each, and I want you to commit to doing it for 6 months. So of course, everybody said yes, because think about it. She asked them for $200. She's going to create a video, give it to them, and they're going to be able to promote themselves with, and she's going to promote them. It's a total win-win-win. Absolutely. So this is a fast way of doing it. 10 of them, $2,000 right away. Sorry about that. And the second month, she actually increased it to $350, and they were very happy to pay it. So again, in a matter of a month, she's making $3,500 a month just doing what I'm suggesting you do, just interviewing people. Now, the thing to keep in mind is that once you decide, that you want to make money, about how much money do you want to make? Let's say in this example, I actually used $100,000. I'm sorry, I got a bit of a cough here. I got a tickle in my throat. So I've already done the calculations. I'm not going to go deep into this because I don't want to confuse anybody. But bottom line is that if you have a program, let's say $1,000 program, You just need 500 leads a month, which is the 6,000 leads a year. 500 leads a month, a 2% conversion, which is very low. You're going to be able to get 120 new customers, and that's $100,000. Okay, and don't worry about the profit margins and stuff like that right now. Or if you're with the same 500 leads at 2% conversion, let's say you have an online program where you're charging monthly, that's $50 a month. And that's $100,000. Okay, so all you have to do is decide what it is that you want to do, what you're going to be promoting on your show, and then go from there. So what will happen when thousands of people actually know who you are? I want you to think about it. So if you want to have 120 people sign up for your program, and you doing what we're doing, you actually show up online, and you're in front of thousands of people. Heck, you're in front of millions of people. What will happen? Think about it. What will happen if millions of people know who you are? Okay, what will be the impact on their lives when they know how you're going to be helping them? When they know you have the solution they've been looking for? What will happen for them? What will be the impact on their lives that you are bringing on to their lives? What will be the impact on your life when you have all these amazing clients, the high-end clients, and you have all these people coming to you? Not only you're making money, but you're actually transforming their lives. You're impacting their lives and their families' lives. It's a ripple effect. What will be the impact on your life when that happens? What will be the impact on the people that you love? With this extra money you're making, you're feeling better, you're feeling more fulfilled, you're feeling happier. That's going to trickle down to the rest of your family. You're going to be able to spend more time with them. You're going to be able to do more things for them, the things that you've been putting off wanting to do. So I hope you guys are right in there. Now, what I was telling you about Terry, we actually are doing a reality TV show on how to turn your webinars, seminars, coaching, and consulting sessions into your own web TV show. And that's what Terry's actually starting. We're starting on May 30th. And so you get to watch actually these 4 cast members, and Terry's one of them. Each week, each Thursday they're getting their homework, and every Tuesday afternoon we get on live and I do like the recap of the week's homework. And then these 4 cast members, they share what they've done. They're asking questions. We're doing laser coaching, so you'll be able to watch. They're also sending in videos as they're working on their homework, so you can see what they're doing, how they're doing it. You'll be able to copy what they do. So we're going to be turning that into a 6-episode series. There'll be 6-part, 1 hour each series. And so this is how it works. Let me go full screen here. There are actually 3 parts to it. There is we call it the producer's package. So turn your show into cash live, like I said, a 6-week online interactive training. And then there is also the online, what I call the Trifactor System Online Academy, 24/7 training. And you actually right now you get lifetime access to that, and that's a value of $997. And there's a 2-day intensive media training and production. That value is $1997. So basically it's like $4,000 worth of training put together, but 3 of them work very well together. So you actually have online program where you can access anything you want anytime, from planning your show to producing your show to monetizing your show. And the 6-week program will actually show how to do it. You will be doing it. You can follow along the same time as the cast members. Okay, and you can submit what you do. You can get the homework at the same time. You can watch your show at the same time, launch your show at the same time they do. And we're actually looking for people who are going to be doing it so we can follow along and kind of say, hey, look at what Joey's doing. Even though he's not one of the cast members, he's following along. Look what Mary's doing. So we're looking for people to showcase. Now, the thing about the 2-day intensive, when you come to the 2-day intensive, is that it's all experiential. Like everyone gets to be a reporter. Everyone gets to be the journalist, the guest expert, show host. They're all being interviewed on the red carpet. Okay, so this is all experiential. You get to do all of that. Now, if you want to take a closer look at it, turnyourshowintocash.com is where to go. Now, the good news is that for right now, the promotion that we're doing, because you know, this whole mechanism. We're launching this web TV show, reality web TV show. We're actually offering all of that basically for half price. So you get to do you get a 6-week live online program. The online academy, you get lifetime access to the online academy, 24/7 access, and you get to 2-day intensive where we're doing it actually in Los Angeles, Denver, Atlanta, Singapore, Malaysia, India, Australia, New Zealand, UK. So wherever you are, you have a full year to actually attend it and fly in from wherever, or I'll be at a city near you. So you get to actually attend all of it. And so $19.97 is a special price right now that we're doing. And, you know, it's honestly, it's going to go up a lot for the next time that we do this, but because of the reality show, TV show, right now, this is what we're doing. We want people who are going to take action. So if you want to go there right now to register, that would be wonderful. We're looking for actually 10 people that will be audience participants. A lot more people will be getting the training, but we're looking for 10 people who are audience participants that are actually showcased within my marketing. And also, but if you need some clarity on what, you know, whether you want to be an audience participant or you just maybe you want to even apply to be a cast member, then you can schedule a clarity call, and you see the address right there. Okay, so anyways, that's what I got for you, and we delivered a lot. Thanks to all of you who have stayed with us. Really appreciate you doing it. I'm really bringing it on. So we do we have some questions we need to answer, Lynn?
No questions. There was a lot of great chat going on. Dr. Lynn is doing some amazing things right now, and what she's here for today is preparing so that she can either have her show or be a guest, definitely be a guest on Terry's show.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so then in that case, thank you everybody for joining us. Okay, if you want to join us for the reality web TV show, again, you get the same homework as Terry does. You get to prepare and launch your show at the same time. You get to be interviewed on her show. You get to be interviewed on our show. Whether you want to start off as a reporter and just go interview some people, send us the videos we can include in our shows. Whether you want to be a commentator and send us your tips and resources, evaluations of books. We're all looking for content, or whether you want to have your own show. Again, so all of it, we're looking for all of it. You want more clarity? Book a strategy call with me, a clarity call. Or if you already know this is for you, don't hesitate, because those 10 spots that we're looking for are going to fill up fairly quickly. So Lynn, thank you so much for joining us, for doing this for you, but produce this today. I really appreciate it.
It's been my pleasure.
Okay, everybody, and Terry, thank you for having me. It's an honor, and we'll see you soon, everybody. Hopefully we'll be working together in the next week or so. All right, bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.